Hey guys, it's Pam Duthie here. I'm here to help you craft your career with creative marketing and artistic inspiration. And today, a bit of a surprise, a quick Friday live stream. This is about announcement from Etsy yesterday. So I decided not to do the live stream yesterday to update you or give you a day to think about these things. I have deliberately stayed off the forums for the past day because I don't want to hear people, I don't want to see people freaking out. I'm going to go back when people have taken their time to think about this, calm back down, and hopefully they'll come to a more sensible realization. But for those of you who haven't noticed, if you don't get your Etsy announcement emails, or if you haven't read them, which I know a lot of people don't, Etsy just gave us a new email with updates. Right, so firstly, I'm just gonna stick up a link to their newsletter in case you haven't seen it yet. So, oh, that's an ugly looking URL, but anyway, and for some reason, oh, it's too big. It's not letting me put it up here. Hang on. Sorry, I can't post the link to that because the URL is too big for the size of the chat box, but I will stick it in the description at some point if I can. I wonder if I can do that while we're live. I don't think we can, but let's just for fun, let's see if we can bung it in while we're live, if I can do a change on the fly. Oh, I already did. Silly me. Wonderful. Okay, so links in the description to the announcement that Etsy's just made. So let's have a look at this together onto screen. So what have they been doing? What's the changes? So first things first, the transaction fee, what you pay when you sell your item, is gone from 3.5% to 5%, and this is added to the cost of shipping as well. And I know that's like blowing people's minds, but first of all, 3.5% to 5% on your listing is 1.5% extra. That is, if your listing is £100, if you're listing for £100 sales, you're only paying £1 50 pence more. That's really not like a whole lot, but it's going up, and it's going on to the cost of shipping. Now, the reason for this, as far as I can figure out, is going to be twofold. Simply, first of all, bad eggs, rotten eggs have spoiled it for us a little bit. People, although it was completely against Etsy terms, let's get to my ugly face again, although it was completely against Etsy terms to actually use your shipping costs to try and skip selling fees. Magdalena, hi there, how are you? Yeah, I didn't know I was live. I just decided to go live like 5 minutes ago and pulled all this together. So we're talking today about these new announcements from Etsy about how they're changing the final sales prices, and they're doing some changes. So people are losing their mind, so I thought I'd do a quick announcement about this. So because people used to, they would make their listing price like really, really low, and then they would charge a ridiculous amount for shipping. So it meant when the item sold, say they'd said it was £10 for the item but £50 for shipping, then it looked like their item was super cheap and they paid far, far less in their seller fees. So this was a way of skipping fees. So now they've put this final transaction fee onto the cost of shipping as well. This also means that what's going to happen is they're kind of pushing, they want us to all put up free shipping. They've been pushing for this for ages, and we all know nothing's free. Like, if you're making something, then the shipping, you have to pay for shipping. None of us get free shipping, so you're going to bump it onto your item price anyway, because you've got to make the money. Oh, we've got Dragomer. Good. Is that me saying too often? Yeah, I'm totally unprepared for this. I confess, but I just wanted to get this out there, chat to you guys. I've got half an hour before the dogs need fed, so I'm throwing this in here just to cover this. I know it happened yesterday, but I just wanted to give everyone a chance to calm down a wee bit because they're losing their mind. Okay, so back to screen. So yeah, so we've got the transaction fee to 5%, and that is included in the price of shipping as well. But, so what are they giving us? Why are they going up with this? So they are introducing new packages as well, which is kind of interesting. For those of us who took the quiz a couple of months back about what changes did we want to see to Etsy, we probably guessed that this kind of thing was coming in. So a package where you could like pay extra to get extra things. So just quickly a look at that. I'll go into that in more depth in a second, but the standard package is what we've already got. There should not be a real lot of change to that at the minute. No monthly charge, so our fees are still exactly the same. Your 20 cents listing fee for 4 months, which is amazing, and then it's just going to be this final seller price of 5% instead of 3.5%. So the standard package, just what we've got. And then we've got plus package, which is going to be coming in July, and they're going to give us a 50% discount, roughly, yeah, that's about 50%, until next January. So it's $7.50 a month if you're in the UK, or it's $10 if you're in America, and they'll convert it for whatever country you're in. So that's an expanded set of tools, and they're planning for the beginning of next year to have a premium that's going to let you do more things. Now, I saw elsewhere looking at the things, this premium is really designed for more kind of businesses with staff and things rather than us people, so we'll get more into that. So reasons for these changes, one of the biggest things, they want to spend more money on advertising. So it's really cool. Last year, Etsy, more people bought things. There was more turnaround revenue on Etsy than ever before. It is still growing. So it is cool. Saying 34 million people have made purchases in the past year. That's amazing. And last year they invested $78 million in marketing, and they're going to increase that by 40%, so $110 million on marketing in 2018. Hopefully that's going to be spread about plenty of countries. I can't remember, about 4 years ago, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, Etsy spent some money on TV ads in the UK, and the difference was amazing. Slowly, people are learning about Etsy in the UK, but it really, really wasn't as well known as it is in America. So most of my sales up until then came from America, and we saw a real big jump in UK. So the bit they spent on advertising really helped us out. So a 40% increase on marketing to bring people to Etsy, to bring awareness to Etsy, has to be a good thing. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, it's definitely going to bring us all sales, but hopefully it's going to bring more eyeballs on the site, and that'll give us all a better chance. So a small increase in fees. Actually, Etsy's had the same fees ever since I've been on it, pretty much. I think, and they're wanting to do more events. I'm a bit meh on some of the events, but usually it's just where they want to have an event and they want us to put things up on sale for it. I'm not a big fan of sales, but we'll see. Hopefully they're doing some exciting things. So extra tools. So they're looking at tools. At least they've recently launched tools to help create promotions and things. So basically they're wanting to spend some of this money on their infrastructure of doing new things to the site. So I guess there's going to be lots of complaints because there's going to be new things happening, but I could be excited. Essential insights for business, committed to give the data you need for smart decisions, and looking at new ways to share the insights. So our analytics and things are going to be changing a bit, but it's a good thing. There's one thing I have to say, that Etsy is pretty good at giving us our analytics. Like, compared to me being on YouTube here, actually, some of the analytics, things like click-through rate, that's the number of impressions and things, that's something that YouTube's only just given us, and like Google's massive and knows all this stuff, but Etsy's given us a lot of this data. Things like you have to possibly be using promoted listings to get them, but the data's there, we're able to get the data, so that's pretty cool. So also new ways to share insights on buyer trends and new tips and advice on optimizing Etsy search, which is pretty cool. They have really been thinking, I think they've got some pretty cool people in looking at the Etsy search, because some of the latest changes they've been doing to the search is location specific terms. So the most basic one I can think of off the top of my head is the word fall. If you're in America or some countries and you're searching for something to do with fall, that means autumn to you. Whereas if someone's in the UK, fall tends to mean fall over. So more specific, the same language, but how different areas might use words differently. So they might be looking for something different based on the terms they use, the same term in a different location. So they're working pretty hard there. And yeah, look, I don't think Etsy's perfect by any means, but I'm just saying this. I don't want people to be freaking out and going, oh, everything's terrible, I want to shut my shop. And that's why I've been off the forums, because I know there's going to be hundreds of people flouncing off in a huff. And I like this one. Canada has just got the shipping labels, or something to do with shipping, and the UK is finally going to be getting Etsy shipping labels. So I'm looking forward to that, because people are always talking about printing out your shipping labels, and we've never had that option in the UK. Now my post office is awesome. I really like the people there, but shipping labels sounds exciting too. So they're going to update the teams and forums and their phone calls and everything, so that's cool. 24/7 help center to get hold of them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Now, if you click into it a wee bit more, we've got what are these features that are going to be. So Etsy Plus, which we said was around how much did I say? $7.50 a month. Let's scroll up. Sorry, I'm going to make you sick with quick scrolling. Yeah, $7.50 a month for the Etsy Plus. Etsy Plus. So what you're going to be able to do on this is customize your shop more than normal people. So new banner, so templates for banners, perhaps if you're not quite so creative and you can't make them yourself, so that's handy. And different featured listings, so that sounds kind of cool. Also, you're going to have the option to, if someone looks at one of your items and it's sold out, they can request an email when it's back in stock. So that's kind of good if you don't have things automatically relisting, which I don't tend to. So if people were looking, they might get a mail to when you refresh something, when you relist something. That's pretty cool. This is the one I'm the most excited about here, is your own web address. It's dependent on how much these are going to cost and everything, but 50% on your own .com address, or you get a .store address free for a year. Now I'm going to have to see how expensive the .store address is, but all this just means is it's just a redirect. You've got your .com or your .store rather than etsy.com/your name. You've got yourname.com or yourname.store. So it's just much easier for people to find you. It still takes you to your Etsy shop, but it's just cleaner. It's just a redirect. So I'll have to see what the prices of that are. And I'm not sure about the free for a year. Is that kind of a rolling thing? Because the subscriptions are ongoing, this time next year if I'm going to lose that, but I'm still paying every month. And here we've got 50 listing credits and 380 in credit for promoted listings. So this is kind of cool if you're already using promoted listings, which I am anyway. This is you're clawing back some of your money. I think that works out to about £6 for what they're giving you there, physically £6. So out of the £7.50 for the first 6 months, I'm going to be only paying about £1.50 to get this next tier. So it might actually be worth it for a trial. I'll certainly give it a go just to let you know what it's like. And special discounts on custom shipping boxes, business cards and other marketing materials. So again, just got to look at these and see if the companies they're working with are a reasonable price, but I think custom shipping boxes sounds a bit fun. If the discounts are worth it, that might be pretty cool. So there is stuff there. This Etsy Plus sounds good. At the minute, they haven't really figured out what the next level is going to be for the premium. They're figuring things out here. But so far, I think that's all pretty cool. Let's get back to my big ugly face. Yeah, so overall, yes, the prices are increasing, but it's not a whole lot. And actually, right, if we, oh, I meant to do this screen, didn't I? Yeah, if we look, this was a Business Insider, just a look at how much people are making from, how much creators are making. So, so obviously it's saying YouTube to start with, because YouTube creators are making quite a bit of money. They're actually making the most out of anything. But you can see in second place, I mean, this is just in America, but it will be sort of similar worldwide. In second place, creators, people making creative things and selling them. Etsy is in second place, and then you've got Instagram, Amazon, WordPress, and eBay. This is just for creators, people who are making things handmade. eBay is way, way, way down there. So Etsy's kind of a lot bigger than you think nowadays. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that one again. I've shared it before. Yeah. And how this adds up, like I said, I don't remember Etsy fees being any different ever the whole time, the decade I've been on them. So they're just making changes. So, and personally, I feel if these changes, if it does mean they're putting more money back into advertising, then that's only going to help us all. But I mean, roughly, compared to everything else, if you're going to throw your hands up and say, oh, I don't want to sell on Etsy anymore, where are you going to sell that's going to be cheaper? You're going to be hard pressed. A very quick look on eBay. I do sell on eBay, but I don't pay attention to the fees. But everyone says the fees are so expensive. And it's pretty complicated, but roughly it's looking between 8 and 15%. So that's significantly more than Etsy. Amazon Handmade is around 15% plus a monthly subscription. Artfire is about 9% plus a subscription. I think, you know, a lot of these places already have a forced subscription. So if you're not selling much already, you know, if you have to pay a subscription, and most of them are like certainly more than a tenner, but you're paying a monthly subscription, that's already sort of adding a much bigger percent. And the lowest end I've found on any of these seems to be about 5% fees anyway. So Etsy's just come up to be around the level of everybody else. So basically, this is coming into effect from next month. So, okay, if your margins are so low that this is going to hurt you, your margins should not be this low that this is going to hurt you, because this is a tiny amount. But you've got a month to just ease your prices up a little bit. Putting your prices up is not going to hurt you. Honestly, every time I've put my prices up, my numbers have increased. People don't like you to be dirt cheap. We're not eBay. We're Etsy, where people come for handmade quality, not eBay where they come for cheap tat. So don't be afraid to put your prices up a wee bit. So you've got a bit of a margin to deal with things like this. But yeah, okay, so the dog's wanting to play with the bottles just now. Mia, she loves her live stream play, so come here. Yeah, but so I hope I hope that was useful to you all. I hope you're not losing your mind too much. And thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, definitely going to have to go now Mia's started being an absolute idiot. But thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you on Sunday anyway. Have a good evening.